I don't know what this is. Okay. Hello. I've never done a live before on here, so I don't know how this will turn out, but I am about to take my daughter to the park, and I was like, I need to get a little bit ready, but I didn't want to like do a video because then I have to edit, and it just, I don't know, it just takes so long. Also, long time no see. My face is red from, you know, my tretinoin cream per usual, but I thought, let me try this because it's so much easier when I don't have to edit my videos. That's why I don't post a lot, because it just takes so long to edit the videos, you guys. It's, at least for me anyway. So, we're gonna go to the park, have a little time outside. That's always nice. Also, if you haven't tried these are like really awesome when you're washing your face. I'm gonna add a little bit more because I don't feel like I got enough. So yeah, I will not be able to edit everything out of this video, so watch everything just go really badly. I am turning 30 on May 2nd, and I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, there goes my daughter. She's ready to talk. So yeah, May 2nd is my 30th birthday. My daughter's in there in her room, like literally right next door. She is watching Cars, her favorite. She is such a little tomboy. I was too, but it's really funny because she has all of the girl things, you know, and she would rather play with Hot Wheels and racetracks and stuff like that. It's really cute. And all of her cousins are boys. She now has one girl cousin actually, but she's got 5, 6, 7 boy cousins and one girl. So yeah, that's right. So she's the girl's only 6 months old. That's why I forget. But it's really funny when she's hanging around them. She like gets their cars. She just loves it. It's like her paradise, you know, because she's like, ooh, car, and then she loves the movie Cars. So it's just really cute. So I got this dress out of the yard sale stuff. We've been having yard sales over at my house every Saturday, and my sister-in-law brought a huge bag of clothes, and we always just tell our family members for like, if there's anything in here you want, just, you know, have it. So I got this from my sister-in-law's bag. It's so cute. I think it's a large or an extra large, but I don't mind. I like a like big flowy dress. I don't know why she said she didn't really want it or didn't like it. I don't know. It's got pockets, and it's from Target, but I just feel like it's so flattering. You can't really see in here, but it's long. I'll show you once I can get out of my bathroom, but I paired it with the Keds. I love my Keds. How do you wash your Keds if you have Keds? Because yeah, I washed mine and then they turned yellow. It was like all the dirt just went to the top of it. Also, I've got to stop talking or else this will be like a forever long video. And then that's not going to be helpful either because people don't want to watch a 2-hour video. Plus, I told myself that I wanted to be done by 3, which is 30 minutes. So that way we can leave and get over there. Today is Saturday, so the kids are out of school, but whatever. Let me show you real quick. I have been using this. I love this still. I have eczema too, so like this feels really good when you get out of the shower. Just put it on your damp skin. Like I love this, and my daughter has eczema too. She obviously gets that from me, but yeah, it feels so good on your skin. Like there's something about it. It's just really like moisturizing or something. $20, which is, you know, a little, for me personally, I feel like that's a little high, but it is a big bottle. and it feels really good, and it goes really, really good under makeup. Like if you have issues with your makeup, like being cakey, or, you know, sometimes it could just look just cakey and dry and not, yeah. So that's another reason I really like that, especially like with me using tretinoin cream. My face is so dry, and the other day I had on, I don't know, a little bit of makeup. This was like 3 days ago, and like it was just all peeling right here. I looked in the mirror and it was just, I'm like, nobody told me. And we didn't see it. I'm like, okay, I looked in the mirror and I could see that from a mile away, but okay. And then because of how dry it is, usually I only use this at night, but I really do love this stuff under. It goes good with the makeup as well, or with my makeup, especially when my skin's like this. And I don't use any like exfoliating products because you just don't need it when you're using tretinoin. So my face gets your face will get like burned and red and very irritated if you use, I thought she said something to me, if you use an exfoliator. So especially if it's like one with beads, like really harsh. So I don't use that at all when I'm using the tretinoin cream. And just rubbing my face, like washing it, irritates my face. So like what I'm doing right now can be irritating to it. I don't know. It's like my skin has just gotten so sensitive as I've gotten older. Oh yeah, so I want to tell you guys what I'm doing for my birthday. So my 30th birthday, I wanted to go, you know, see Ariana Grande, but that's not gonna happen because I don't think she's doing any touring or anything like that. I just love her. I know she's not everyone's cup of tea, so whatever, but I just love her singing. I think that's something that I love about her, the main thing that I love about her. But so I wanted to get tickets to go see her if she was going to do anything. And I don't think she is. I haven't seen anything about it, so sorry about my water going in the background. It was like dripping. But she is not, I don't think she's doing anything, so whatever. So I was just like, I would be content just going to Dollywood and Splash Country, which is, I live in Tennessee. I live in Ooltewah, so I'm probably like an hour and a half, 2 hours max from there. And so that's what we're gonna do. We rented Will, my lovely fiance, so sweet. He rented a cabin in Gatlinburg or Pigeon Forge for me, which I was just like, oh. And I told him I did not want anything like crazy. I didn't want anything expensive because I don't even want to spend any time. I was fine with getting a hotel, but I don't really want to spend any time there. I just want to be outdoors and I want to be somewhere else, right? And we're going to be there for 3 days. So, you know, when we are there, we're going to, one of the days, but 2 out of the 3 days, we will be at Splash Country one day and then Dollywood the next. So, yeah, I'm really excited. And we have people coming with us too. My aunt's going to come, and then Will's cousin is going to stop by with her dog. And I get to bring Rain, my baby. And my aunt is going to help babysit her so that when we're there, we can like ride rides and, you know, do all the things. But my aunt has never been to Dollywood or Splash Country, so she's going with us. And I'm really excited because she had 5 kids that she raised, and now she is raising on and off 2 of her grandkids. So she don't really get to do a lot. And I'm just really happy. We were able to take her to Florida with us last year, and she loved that. So I don't think I'm pretty sure she had never even been to Florida. So it was really cool just to experience that with her, and, you know, to be able to like afford to take her and stuff. And it was just her with us, and it was really fun. And so we're gonna do something else in the fall or closer to the fall. But for now, we're gonna have her come with us to the cabin, and she's gonna help watch the baby because she doesn't really ride rides. I mean, she's in her 50s, and she's just really excited to like be there and be able to get away. And, you know, I'm like, I can't believe you've never been to Dollywood or Splash Country. Like, I went to Dollywood for the first time ever when I was in middle school. I actually found my t-shirt the other day. I was in 6th grade or 7th. I can't remember which day it said, or which grade it said on there, but one of the two. And listen, I know my eyebrows need to be whatever, but I'm literally trying to hurry because I know that they take so long. So please just disregard how long this takes. It's really hard to do because I can't see very well. Like with the light, and just, the only way I can see good is like in a mirror. Okay, let me try that actually. Let me see. Do I have a mirror over here? But yeah, it's gonna be really fun. And of course, Will is not gonna stay in a hotel, even though I'm like, I really don't want to spend a lot of money on a cabin that we're not gonna be in, you know? And same thing with Florida. It was our first like family vacation to Florida, like as a family, like with our baby and stuff. Even for Will and I don't think we had ever, we had never gone to Florida. We always went somewhere that was kind of close. So last summer was our first time going, and so he was like, we aren't staying anywhere that's not exactly like how I imagine it to be, and, you know, whatever. So he got this big, beautiful, it was so beautiful, y'all. Maybe I'll have some pictures of it that I can post sometime if you guys are interested in seeing it. But it was so beautiful, and honestly, it was so beautiful that like you didn't want to leave, you know, and go to the beach because it was just so pretty. And it had bikes and a golf cart and all kinds of stuff there. So that was really cool too. So this time I was like, let's not do all that. Like, I don't care what it looks like, but of course, you know, he did. So the cabin is absolutely beautiful, and it's got a little theater in it, which is cool. I saw there was like a pool table, and yeah, 3-bedroom. So my aunt will have her own room, which we did that for her in Florida as well, because that would be weird if she didn't. And then Will's cousin, that's gonna come up one of the nights. She has her own room as well. And I invited my older brother this morning, but I think he said he has to work, so whatever, I understand. And they've got twin babies, so I'm like, I really understand if you can't make it, but I just wanted you to know that you were invited. And I'm gonna invite my little brother too. I just haven't spoken to him yet. The last time I talked to him, I was a little irritated with some things that were happening, and so that was like last week, and so I just needed a little breather. And it wasn't anything he did, it was actually his wife. And it was like Sorry, you guys, there's something like stuck in my throat. It was like, my mom just had, hip surgery, and his wife was supposed to go. My mom cleans houses. She has her own business. She's had that for years, and his wife had committed to do one house for my mom. One. Okay? One. My mom was going to give her the money and everything like that, and which, whatever, like, that's what you should do, you know, if someone's working. Also, excuse my hair, you know, that's fine, whatever. But she told my mom that she would do it, and then I'm going to go on with some of this. She told my mom she would do it, and Sunday, my mom had her hip surgery Wednesday, and Sunday she came over to my house, and my brother's wife, I've got two brothers, right? This is my little brother, his wife. She came over to my house, and she was like talking about how she didn't really want to do it, but she felt like pressured and all of this stuff by my mom to do it, or like she couldn't say no or something like that, you know. And I was just like, felt like kind of in the middle, because I didn't like not want to say anything to my mom, but I also didn't want to like tell my mom and my mom get mad at her or whatever. So I felt like put in a really uncomfortable situation, you know what I mean? So, but she was supposed to call my mom, because I was like, listen, if you don't want to do it, you need to tell mom, you need to let her know, like, if you don't want to do, like, clean the house and make money, even though her and my brother are in a very not okay financial spot right now. They've been going through some things, and we all as a family, myself included, had to step in and help with finances. And so my mom did even more than I did, and like thousands. And so I just felt that it was a little like, I don't know. My mom's trying to give her work, and she doesn't want to take it, and she owes my mom kind of a lot of money, and my mom didn't even ask for her to pay the money back, but my mom didn't, it was a lot of money. Like, my mom is having a hip replacement, so like she didn't really have the money. However, they have them, my sister-in-law, my brother, and then they have a little baby involved. So, you know what I mean? When there's kids involved, it's just a little different. And so we kind of just stepped in, and we were trying to help and do all the things. And so I just felt it was like I said, a slap in the face, that she would tell my mom she's going to do that, clean this house, make $150, $200, whatever it was, to do it, and then 3 days before my mom's surgery, come over and say all of this stuff, which she can talk to me, she can vent to me, she tells me all kinds of stuff that I don't necessarily need to know, but like I try to be a friend for her, just because I know, I mean, I'm a mom, she's a mom, and you know, I understand. But I could tell that it was seeming like she was going to wait last minute and then say she wasn't going to do it. So she left, and then I asked my mom, I was like, did she ever call you? And she was like, no, why? And then I was like, okay, well, you know, I was like, I might have to do this house for you, but the day will have to be changed. And even I was gonna watch her baby while she cleaned this house for my mom, for free, of course. So, because there was some financial struggles and stuff like that, so I was really trying to be helpful. My mom was trying to be helpful. Again, we bought formula, groceries, we did a lot of things. And again, right before my mom's surgery, so, and then also I'm a stay-at-home mom, so like, I don't just have endless amounts of money, and like, my fiance works really hard so that I am able to stay home. And I'm using this, I'm rubbing it on my hand right here, trying to wait for this sunscreen. Okay, I've got to hurry. But anyways, she never did call my mom. She told me she was gonna call my mom and talk to her. And to go clean this house is just like 3 hours, 4 hours most, and $150, $200. And I know it was $200. She told me 150, but when I went there, because I had to go do it, because I couldn't leave the people stranded and I couldn't leave my mom stranded, but ultimately it got to the point that Wednesday, the day of my mom's surgery, she's texting me, asking me if I can do it, and her not do it, and saying that she's got like some health problems, and and I'm just thinking in my mind, like, you looked completely fine on Sunday when you were at my house. And also, are you forgetting that you told me that like you didn't want to do it and that you felt really frustrated because you felt like if you told my mom no, she would get mad? You know what I mean? Just all of these things. And so, of course, I didn't say that, but I was just like, I can't do it. Like, I don't have childcare, and I planned my baby. And so, I don't just leave my kid with anyone, okay? Like, I don't do that. Things happen to me in my childhood. And so I am very, like, my kid does not get left with anyone, even family, because certain things happened to me as a kid with family and with people that were family friends and stuff. So, by the way, if you've ever been through anything like that, I'm really sorry. Not to just, bring stuff like that up, but I'm just trying to give you a little bit of an idea of why I am the way that I am. And so I didn't want to leave my baby. And I'm like, you're the one that committed to doing this. Like, you need to tough it out. And she has a second job as well that is through my mom, but it's at Life Care. And she goes in there at night and she cleans. And her and my aunt split it, and they do that 5 days a week, but they split it. And she was able to do that job, but not able to keep her commitments. So anyways, long story long, that was just really frustrating to me. And I did say, like, this is the day of mom's surgery, and we're just now, like, you're just now saying your sciatic is hurting and like you can barely walk. You know what I mean? And she's just like, I'm not gonna be able to do it at all. And she had committed to doing it for like, I think it was like 6 to 8 weeks, and potentially a little longer or a little less, just depending on what was going on. But 1 day a week for 6 to 8 weeks. Okay? You need the money. I'm offering free childcare. And, I stay at home with my baby. I'm not really interested in watching other kids and stuff, but there was a lot of situations going on, right? So I was trying to be helpful and understanding and all the things. So, y'all, I want to do my mascara while I'm letting this sit a little backwards, but so it was a little frustrating that happened the day of my mom's surgery, and she never even called my mom to tell her how she was feeling about it or anything. And so she asked me the day of my mom's surgery if I could do it. And it was like less than 24 hours away. So the person, thank God I know them. But I only know them from like going with my mom like 5 years ago cleaning their house. So thankfully they know me and they're really sweet people. But it's like, this is a business. You don't call out. And this is what I told my mom. This is why you do not hire family, okay? Because I told my mom she needs to get rid of family and hire other people that actually do want to work, that aren't going to call out, because it's just, I think it is incredibly like disrespectful and just really honestly crappy to call out on someone like less than 24 hours. You made a commitment, like you're sitting here saying like your sciatic hurts, you can barely walk, you have no doctor's excuse, you're claiming you're going to the doctor. We see on Facebook that you're in the mountains, looking at some beautiful creek. Like, you know what I mean? Like with my brother, you're certainly standing on your legs. You know, and then she'll also make comments about like that my brother doesn't even want her to work. But it's like to all of us, we're like, dude, he doesn't want you to work, but you guys don't have the money for you to not work. Like the responsibility doesn't just lie on the man always, you know? So, but anyways, I try to stay out of that because that's none of my business. However, they do involve us in it because it's just been a little bit of a crazy time with them lately. And they do have a baby, so we are really there for the baby. And then, of course, like I love my brother, and he's got some issues going on, some personal issues going on with him. And so we were all trying to like be there for him and, you know, give help and just all the things and let him know that we love him, we care about him and stuff like that. And to have his wife just what seems like leaving the load all on him, and making commitments when like, you know, like you need the work, you need to bring in some money too. And if you've got someone that's trustworthy, me, who is offering to watch your kid for free so you can go make some money, why not do that? You know, you're already struggling. You're going to have to move out of your house soon. Like, if you do not figure it out, you guys need to figure it out. But no. Anyways, probably way too much detail on here. But that's why I was a little irritated and have not invited them. Long story long. Also, it was really nice just to like vent a little bit about it just now. So thank you for that. But either way, I love them both. I love her. We felt kind of hurt the fact that like, by the fact that she would do that, like, you know? And then it was just like really frustrating because it was just really put on me. And Will works a lot of hours. And so our days together, we've got 2 days a week together, and they're just really important to us. We don't ever make plans, like on that day unless, you know, there's no other time. But like when he is off work, that is our family time. We just spend the day together, you know? And so she was like, I can't do it, I'm not gonna be able to do it at all, you know, and she's like, I'm going to the doctor, and, you know, I'm over here telling my mom, like, you should make her have a doctor's excuse. Like, anybody else would, and she would be fired. Like, because, again, you guys, she does this over and over and over. And she does it with that evening job. And then my aunt is the one that has to, like, pick up the slack, like, because she'll call out. And like, if she doesn't go, if my aunt doesn't go in and do the job and make it right, you know, that could potentially cost my aunt her job too. Because like, these people, like at the office, like if they come in the next day and their trash is still there, like they're going to complain. You know what I'm saying? So someone has to go 5 days a week. It's like a office, you know, like a big building. And so anyhow, yeah, I thought it was incredibly like disrespectful and just not a really good thing to do, especially for someone that has spent thousands, you guys. Their dog got injured, and my mom had to spend $5,000 to fix the dog. or else it would have to be put down. It's a puppy, okay? And I told my mom, like, you just should keep the dog, dude. Like, you know, they don't even have the money. They didn't even have the money to fix the dog, right? Why have kids if you don't have the money? Which I know, like, nobody is ever, like, prepared for kids, you know what I mean? But there are things you can do. And if you're not prepared, at least try to get more prepared after the kid's here, during the pregnancy and afterwards. Like, and if you're already struggling, like, work as a team with your partner and both of you, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, so my brother he has struggled. Addiction runs very strong in my family, okay? I think addiction is running in many families these days. Like, it seems like it's everywhere, okay? So I didn't want to say that because, right, you know, I don't want to tell people's business out here. But the reason I'm saying that is because part of his addiction issues are like the weight of the world is on him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the least she could do is to try to work, you know, when you can. And it was 1 day a week. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even that much. 1 day a week for 3 to 4 hours, like, make some money to help contribute to the family when you've got $2,000 rent. We just kind of are feeling like, based on what my brother has shared, like, he is working really, really hard, and it's just kind of like he never even really gets to enjoy, like, the benefits of working hard because he was working 7 days a week. And he still probably is, honestly. And so he just kind of fell into addiction because he said that, like, he didn't have any energy. He's just sitting here working all the time, and it's just kind of kept him sane. You know what I'm saying? And not that that's an excuse. You know, I'm not saying it's an excuse at all, because it's not. But I just think, like, if my husband had addiction issues and, like, he was saying stuff like that, that I would try to, you know, just do anything that I could to help take some of the load off. You know what I'm saying? So that's just where I'm at with it. That's how I feel. And to be honest, I'm not saying anything on here that I wouldn't say to her face or to say to him. But it's just, it feels like, you know, after everything that we've done, my brother is working. You know, he's been working and working and working and working. And it's like she gets to enjoy all and have all of the benefits of it, and he doesn't. And then she'll say things like, he doesn't want me working and stuff. And we're like, we haven't heard him say that. You know what I mean? But I heard that she complains about working so much that he will tell her, fine, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Which is not cool. Like, you need to work. Nobody just owes you a free ride. You know what I'm saying? Nobody owes you a free ride. And someday, as my baby gets older, I'm going back to work too. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. Don't know if I'm going to go back in the medical field. I don't know, but I'm not just going to sit at home. You know, maybe if I had the money to just sit around and do nothing, but, like, I just don't think that's really great for your mental anyway, you know, if just sitting in the house, sitting on the phone all day, or, like, that's what's happening. Sitting here just on the phone all day, depressed, needing antidepressants. Well, maybe if you got out, maybe if you did a little something, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not trying to be mean, but I just don't, I think when you're young like that, they are both 25, you need to build your life together, you know? And, oh man, ooh, it's just a lot. Maybe I mean, I don't know. I just would never expect, like before I was pregnant, I worked. And I would have definitely worked during my pregnancy too. And I was really sad that I couldn't, but I actually could not. Like the doctors told me not to, and I had hyperemesis gravidarum so bad that I was hospitalized my entire pregnancy, but like my man saw that. It wasn't like something I was just pulling out of my freaking, you know what I mean, behind. Like this was a real thing, like, and I would vomit so much that it was so bad. And he saw all of that. Like he was there. He lived it. It was day and night. I don't know why it was morning sickness. It was like it was an all day sickness, and it wasn't one time a day. Like hyperemesis gravidarum is literally like vomiting nonstop, to the point of you need IV, IVs put in so that you're hydrated. And that was my pregnancy, my entire pregnancy. It did not stop. So I cannot wait to have my baby and be done with that, you guys. Here she is, about to be 3, and I'm feeling very emotional about that. And it's kind of low-key making me be like, wow, I might want another one. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, Will and I, the pregnancy was so rough that it just like terrified us both. And especially me to ever be pregnant again. Oh my goodness. Just to go through that, I mean, but it sucks because, that really scars you. And so we might be a one and done over here, but we'll see. We are certainly doing things to prevent it, right? And, my brother and his wife are not. And we're like, you can barely make it with the one. You're struggling. Your marriage is on the rocks. Like, it's just not smart, And everybody has to learn for themselves. I get it. But man, oh man. If you think one is a lot, try 2, okay? And also, let me say this. Hold on. Put this here. I'm going to do a little bit of foundation just because I did some the other day and I love this. It's too dark for me, but I'm going to add a little bit. This is the Born This Way. I've literally had it for years. It's probably, I'm sure it's way past it has to be. There's just no way. So I'm going to take a little bit of this too. I really like this. It can make your color lighter. I could never get my hands on the blue one or the yellow one to make it like really, really match because it's like everybody always buys those out. But so yeah, I love them. And after everything that's happened with my brother and his wife, and I just felt really frustrated, and so did my mom about it. Just like, like, don't bring another baby into the world, we would love it and it'll be perfect and all of the things, but like, you need to like get your affairs in order, and you need to be able to afford it. Like, that's not fair to your kid. You know what I'm saying? It's just, and I understand most women, like, we want to be a stay-at-home mom. We want to stay with our babies. But like, if you could work as a team, then maybe you could actually do that a lot sooner. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's like, it's not going to happen with the way that it's going. And unless it's all just put on my brother. And sadly, I don't think that will help his issue with addiction either. So we'll see. I'll be praying about it, but I don't understand like that, the thought process. But I really wanted to call my brother the other day when she was doing all of that and saying all this stuff about, I mean, look at the coverage, you guys. Sorry. But when she was saying all this stuff about her sciatic in her leg or whatever, nobody's pain is greater than your own, okay? I live by that. And I mean that. We don't know anyone else's pain, and that's just something that I always say. I don't know if she's in pain, okay? And I feel like if she's saying she's in pain, then maybe she is probably in pain. But you know, it's left on my aunt a lot of times due to her call outs because of cramping around that time of the month. And I completely get it. I used to have to call out of work because of cramping and vomiting and, really, really bad menstrual cycle. So, I mean, I still deal with it sometimes, but there's always something with pain and something. And listen, if you don't have the money, you have to figure it out. You got to figure it out, okay? Okay? And they don't have the financial means to be able for her to stay home. And yeah, so I don't know, you guys. I'm done talking about it because I just started getting all worked up. I was going to tell you something when I said that, but I don't remember what I was going to say. Oh, man. But, I was going to call my brother and, be like, why in the world would you let your wife call out? Like, why would you allow your wife to tell mom that she's going to do something for mom and try to say that she can't do it the day of your mom's surgery, less than 24 hours from her needing to be at the place, right? And why would you let her do that? Because we're seeing all over Facebook where, they're hanging out and they're going out and about, they're doing dinner dates and just all of this stuff, right? And she, even on Sunday when she was at my house saying all that stuff, she was like, I don't need to work. My brother's outside working, right? Like we paid him to cut 2 trees down in our yard. And it's a Sunday, and he'd already worked 6 days that week. So here he is, 7 days. So she was just sitting in here being saying things to me and Will about why would I go work somewhere and make $150 when he can go to work and make, $600 in one day or whatever, and it's she was like, it doesn't make sense. And we're just thinking actually it makes a lot of sense because you should contribute to your family. It's not just your husband's, and again, we have not heard him say that he don't want her working. We've heard things being said about she complains about working so much that he's just okay, screw it. Don't work then, But then she calls us crying and freaking out when he's working 7 days a week and they're arguing and struggling with addiction, right? And then we have to come and rescue. But me and my mom, we already said we're not doing that again. Not after this, not after her doing that. Not after her saying she would work. Because I had to call the lady that she was supposed to clean the house for and say, that sorry, she's not going to be there. Is it okay if me and my aunt go and do it? Because this girl's not going to make it. So it was just extremely unprofessional. And so anyways, thankfully they were yes. So we went and worked, and then I went out to my mom's and took her the money because my aunt and I refused to take it. And we just wanted to be helpful. So that's what we did. We took it to my mom, and yeah. Haven't heard anything from her. No doctors, no, literally nothing. And my mom sent her a message and she was like, so are you just not gonna do this house the whole time? Like, I thought you said you were going to. And it doesn't send a note. And I'm like, Mom, how do you not fire? Like, this is the prime example of why you don't let family work in your family business, you know? So my aunt we went and cleaned the house. And anyways, I was going to tell you something else. Oh, I really just wanted to call my brother Sunday when she started, or Wednesday when she started doing all of this and saying all of this, and be like, why would you let your wife do this? You know, but I can't even do that because she has a thing on his phone, to where it's like every message we send, every call, and she goes with him to work at his jobs. So like we cannot even talk to him without her knowing, you know, and be like, what is going on, you know? And I don't want to talk bad about her because I mean, I'm not about that. I'm all about like when she did the whole thing with the phone situation, like being linked to her phone and stuff. It's like a parental thing. She just got it set up that way. So that, you know, like I was like, listen, you kind of broke the trust. You've got this addiction stuff going on. Like, you don't need to be calling your family and saying anything bad about your wife anyway. Like, that's not cool, right? So again, I'm not about like going to attack her or anything, but I wanted to really just talk to him like, hey, like, you know, that's just not really cool to tell someone you're going to do something and then not do it. And then, you know, she's telling me that even you don't want her working because you know she's in pain, and, you know, like, you know, kind of get a little sense into him or something. Like, I don't know. Because he is different when she's not around. He is. And they argue a lot and stuff, but I don't know, y'all. It's just, again, I'm done talking about it. It's on my nerves already talking about it, but. So yeah, was going to ask them to go to Dollywood and Splash Country, but I just don't really, I don't know. I think I'm still going to ask them because I already asked my other brother too, and it's just the right thing to do, but I'm just a little irritated with my brother and his wife right now, both of them, because I feel like he should stand up and be like, dude, no, like you told mom you would do this. So like you need to do it. You told mom you would do this for her. And she just got out of surgery and you're already trying to like not hold up your end of the bargain. Like, that's not cool, you know? And he didn't do that. So he stuck up for her from everything my mom said and my stepdad. But who pays for it? Me. On Thursdays now, I have to take my time away from my kid and Will, and I have to go over there every Thursday until, you know, my mom gets better and is able to go back and do it. So, and who knows when that will be. Supposedly, they're going to shoot for the 4 to 6 weeks, but again, none of us really know. So, I don't know how long a hip surgery recovery takes, but I think it's probably different for each person, you know? So, I don't really know how long it'll be. I can't see on here. Sorry, I literally can't see. Okay. Hopefully I didn't Mess up the contour. Have you guys tried the pretzel pizza? I'm obsessed. Look, I've already been on here 3:12. I've already been on here for 50 minutes. Okay, so we're not gonna do anything else too crazy. I'm just gonna add a little blush and set my face, do a little lipstick, and then we are gonna be out the door because I need to get going so that I'm not on here. And the park's gonna be all packed out, you know? Rain is so cute. Rain! What are you doing? What? And I'll show you guys the hair. I did put my halo extensions in today. Y'all, I might start doing the lives like this because if I don't have to edit, like, oh my Lord, the editing is just, it holds me back, okay? Like, I despise this whole editing thing. I love doing a little bit. Also did what if I just went like that? I did a Ulta or Sephora order yesterday. Okay, there's that. Now I'm gonna do a little bit of this right here. Will's always like, every time I wear this blush, he's like, no, too much blush. And I'm like, babe, the blush makes you look more youthful, okay? All right, I'm gonna set this so that it looks a lot smoother. Kind of just brush that over it. Okay, there's that. And then, okay, let me go ahead. I'm gonna do a tiny bit of this bronzer so I'm not looking so Rainy. She's gonna be so excited to go to the park. I really want to show you guys Rain, my little baby, but I am just really like weird when it comes to like putting my baby on social media. Like, she's never been on social media ever. I've never posted a picture. One time my mom posted a picture and I was like, no ma'am, like, and I made her take it down. And I was a little frustrated because I'd already told her, like, no, you know, and it was just a boundary. And she did it, and I immediately saw it, and I was like, no, I'm gonna need you to take that down, please. So, because my mom, my brothers, they let her post their kids. One of them, my younger brother, lets her post his kid because they post their kid all over the internet. And which I don't mind, whatever. But me personally, I just don't think that my baby belongs on the internet, and so I'm not going to do that. I think there's just like people out there that are creepers, and I'm just very protective just because of the things that happened to me as a kid. And so I just don't put her out there, but she's so cute. I would love to show you. I would love to show you guys her. Maybe one day, I don't know. Will doesn't really care if I do, because he's like, she's with us, but again, I'm weird. Which, I would rather be weird than not weird and someone like taking photos of my kid. And I don't know, people are just different these days to me. They're just strange sometimes. I'm like one of those, I would rather be safe than sorry when it comes to something like that. This is the color Strip Down. Pretty. Y'all, I'm going to get my lips done. I said that I wasn't going to get my lips done again, but they're just a little small, and in the future, I'm going to get a lip lift. I started to ask for that for my 30th birthday, but I do not want to be put to sleep right now. I'm just not ready for it, so I decided that I was going to get, because I am going to get a lip lift at some point. Because I just think it's going to be more natural. You know what I'm saying? Like, the filler migrates, and I don't do any Botox at all. Like, I get wigged out. My mom, actually, she's had a lot of Botox and, like, filler and stuff. And she's been having a lot of issues with her eyes. And, like, they're like, you know, this is how she sees now. Like, constantly squinting. And she never had issues with her eyes, you guys. And one night, I was just like laying in bed thinking about it, and I was like, Mom, I know what's wrong with your eyes, because, you know, we haven't been able to figure it out, like, what is going on, you know? And I was like, I just think that the fillers, because they say that they can cause blindness. And the way she is seeing, you know, she just looks like she is really, and she said that she's struggling to see too. So I don't know, y'all. I worry. So I've never done it. I've never done the filler, which I'm sure what I do is pretty much the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's all can be dangerous. But I am really just scared with the whole filler situation, or Botox, I mean, because the Botox, you know, they place it wherever, and if it moves, and I don't know, and that's what my fear is. Now, it looks good on people, but I've just seen too much of it, like, bubbling up and just not looking the greatest. So I've never done the Botox. I've only done, so I did Botox in my lip. Sorry, I lied. But I've never got it anywhere else. Like, I've always thought it'd be so nice just to get the brows lifted, you know what I'm saying? But after all the research and stuff that I have done, I think that if you want a brow lift, or if you want your lips to be a certain way, just get a brow lift. Don't do the Botox route, because it's not going to stay. And we all know that, like, filler does migrate and move around and stuff. So I just think, like, just go have, like, the surgical route done so that it's done, because I just think, like, that stuff moves around, and then you're gonna need more, and it's, I don't know. Also, my face is swollen. I keep seeing that. I'm doing the Invisalign and stuff, and it's like focusing right here on my front teeth, this set of trays, and whew, it is sore in the front. Also, I need to tell you guys a story about this sweet lady that I met over at the nail salon the other day when I got my nails done. These are my nails. Believe it or not, they are my nails. I'm obsessed. I did the dip powder, or whatever it's called, and this sweet lady that I need to tell you a story about, she was the one that told me about it. But I just had this feeling that I needed to talk to her, you know? She sat down beside me, and I didn't, by the way, I love this stuff. she sat down beside me, and I didn't really like say much. I just kind of, just to be honest, I just wasn't in a, which one? I wasn't in like a real talking mood, okay? And then I just had this feeling that like I needed to talk to her. And she was just an older lady. She was like in her 70s. And not that like 70s old, but she was just an older lady, older than me. And so she was in her 70s. She told me, I think she was like 73. And I just had this feeling like I needed to talk to her. I wanted to talk to her. I didn't want to, I was just sitting there getting my nails done, and I already had my plan of nails and what I was getting. And I looked over. First she sat down and she said something to my baby, and she was like, well, hi there, cute. And I was like, hey, you know, I was like, yeah, she's cute or whatever, you know how people do. And so she was like, yeah, she's so cute, da, da, da. And I was like, yeah, thank you. I really appreciate, that's really sweet of you to say, which I did appreciate that. But then I just kind of started looking back over at my nails and, you know, just sitting there. Like I was just, it was peaceful to be quiet. And my aunt, she was there too, but she was over getting her toenails painted. So I'm getting my nails done. My aunt was getting her toenails painted. And anyways, I just, like I said, I kept having this like feeling of like, it was almost like sad or something. And I was like, I just need to talk to her, maybe, you know, whatever. So I did, and I was really happy that I did because she was so sweet, and it just felt like a really like humbling experience, I guess, for me. So it was just like, you know, you never know who you're gonna meet. You never know what that person has gone through. You never know, you know what I'm saying? And after we started talking, I was like, watch me take this out and it'd be really bad. There we go. But after we started talking, she was telling me that she had been like through some really bad recent few years, just really bad and really sad. And, you know, she was a Christian and stuff, and she really relies on like church and stuff like that. And she had a bad car accident a couple of years, probably, you know, 5 to 10 years before. And she like had short-term memory loss. And I was just like, wow. So she started telling me, and that she came to this nail salon, because I looked over, when I started having that feeling, I looked over and I was like, wow, are those your real nails? Because they were really pretty. And I was seeing that the man was like taking the polish off or whatever. And I was like, are those your real nails, you know? And then, you know, we just kind of went from there. And I could tell because she kept looking over and saying things, and like maybe she wanted to talk. So I decided, you know, let me talk to her. And so I did, and we're talking, and she just starts kind of telling me like some of her life. Well, you guys, she used to do pottery, okay? And first, let me go back. So she started telling me like she had a bad car accident some years back and had short-term memory loss. And basically, she started doing pottery, and she just, like, that really helped her to get her memory back. And she's got her whole little story about it. And I found it, like, she was on the news and stuff too. It was really cool. So from that car accident, her back was bad too. So she drives up to my area, Ooltewah, at this nail salon every month to get her nails done. So, where was I? So yeah, she drives to the chiropractor and gets her nails done, and I'm gonna take this off, by the way. And she does that once a month, and then she goes to, not to get her nails done, she goes to the chiropractor for her back from that car wreck. And she has regained all of her memory, and she regained it because she was doing the pottery, and she started being able to remember things. I don't know a lot about pottery, but I know what it is. And anyways, she did not realize that she even had like an artistic side in her, right? So, y'all, this was just a wild story. And just thinking right now where I looked up her site and seeing all of her pottery and stuff, it was just really, really sad. And she made all of that, and she was very artistic, and she did not know until after she had her car wreck. And so we were talking about like things happen for a reason, you know, and if God's going to bring you to it, he's going to bring you through it, right? And so she shared with me that she had some treehouse cottages, and I didn't really know like exactly what that meant. I didn't know that it was like an actual tree house, okay? Like an actual tree house cottage. So she told me, you know, she had 20 acres, and I'm like, what is going on with this? So yeah, she had 20 acres, and last year it caught on fire, and her 3 treehouse cottages burned down. And then she also had this cabin where she held all of her pottery in. So people who would come in, like rent and stay in those treehouse cottages, would come in there and look at the pottery. And like she did classes, and they made stuff, you know, they made the pottery, and just like a really fun time, you know. It sounded so fun, and I was like, wow, I'd really love to support your business. Like I would love to come, you know. And then she told me that it all burned to the ground, and you know that she had just been having a really, really hard time the last several years, or the last 2 years, but the last several years had also been really rough for her, because a year she had the car accident, recovered from that, took time and years for her to like get back to herself, right? Well, then her husband passes away. Well, a year after that, the 20 acres that she lives on, her house is there. The 3 treehouse cottages is there. This pottery barn or cabin is there. And that all burn up, right? So sad. And she said that she was in the house, in her house asleep. And this man, he was like a tow service man. He had to come and tow a car, I guess, that had like been left on one of her properties or whatever. And, you know, it needed to be gone. I guess it had been there for some time. Well, he's driving by, and he sees that it's on fire. And so she was like, had he not, you know, been there at that right time, like I would have probably burned up in the house too, because it was coming towards my house and I was in there asleep, right? So I was like, oh my gosh, like that is so crazy, you know? So they called the fire department. She said that man banged on her window and woke her up, you know, thank God. And they called the fire department. By the time they get there, she said, you know, she's just standing there, and like basically she's just watching. She said that she's watching everything she built in the last, you know, 73 years just go up in flames, and it's burning, and like the fire department is not able to save. So like everything was a complete loss, right? And so then we're still talking, and I'm like, wow, like I'm so sorry, that's horrible. Like my heart was just breaking for her. Well, I don't know why these are always so difficult for me to get out. Like, it's like I shouldn't even do this. Um, so, ugh, Like, this is gonna ruin my hair. So, anyways, she's standing there, the fire department, they're unable to get it out, and like, it doesn't, what's the point? Uh, so yeah, like, everything was a total loss. And so I'm like, well, what about insurance? You know, did you have insurance and stuff? And she said that she did, but like, her insurance was from like 30 years ago or whatever. So she just didn't realize that, like, how much a policy changed over 30 years. You guys, I don't know anything about insurance, but um, she did have insurance, but it was just not enough to replace or rebuild everything, you know? So um, it was like a total loss. Well, a few minutes later, she's like, well, she goes, do you know, out of everything, like, that was so hard for me. But the other, like, the hardest part for me has been um, just one day my whole life completely changed. And I went from talking to people and being around people every single day and interacting with people to nothing at all, just being in my house alone by myself. And, you know, that just, I don't know, that just really broke my heart. And it made me feel like, you know, I'm really glad that I talked to this woman, because I really just, I wasn't being like cold, I wasn't being rude or anything like that. I would never, especially to someone that's older, you know what I'm saying? But like, I just wasn't really in a mood to talk. Like, I was just trying to sit there and relax because my daughter, you know, I had her and she was doing really good. But sometimes you're just like, you just need quiet, right? You just want to just get your nails done, and you know what I'm saying? So, anyways, it just made me realize that I already knew that, like, we never know what someone else is going through, but she was telling me that she was just like really missing, like, connecting with people and talking to someone. So it just made me feel really like grateful, and like, I'm really glad that I spent this time. We sat there and talked for about an hour, and it was just really cool, to like watch her be more excited. There was something about her when she sat down that just kind of stuck out to me. She had on all white. Not that it looked bad or anything, but like, she just kind of looked sad and alone. And so for me, I thought, you know, this could make the woman's day. And it did. When she got up to leave, she said that it was so nice to talk to me, and that she was just really happy, to be at the nail salon out and about and to talk. And I was just thinking in my mind, like, wow, this has been a great thing for me too, because I can really like isolate myself, and that's not always the best for me. But it ended up being really good for me too. So the other thing I was gonna say is, I started telling my aunt about it, and even my aunt was like, "Who was that woman? Like, she kept talking to you, you know?" And I was just like, I was being whatever about it at the beginning. But then we started talking. Something just made me feel like I should talk to her. And then I told my aunt the story, and then we start looking her up online. And we found her in her business, and we saw the pictures of the fire. And yeah, it was just really, really sad. And yeah, so bless that lady's heart. I told her that I believe that, exactly what we talked about, which was everything happens for a reason, and something good somewhere along the way will come from this. We might not know what it is right now, but I think something good will come. And it was just really eye-opening. And she said she goes around and like shares her testimony and stuff like that too, which, you know, I thought that was cute. But yeah. All right, you guys, I'm gonna hop off here. I've already been on here. It says 75 minutes. Sorry. So yeah, I did do my extensions today because, you know, I haven't done them in a long time. Let me show you this dress. So I got a new ring light, right? Will ordered me a new one. It's awesome. I love it. However, it has to stay plugged into the wall for it to work. I'm like, what? So I can't just like pick it up and move it. And he said that he thought that it was a wireless. So I'm going to have to look into that. Maybe there's a way that like you flip a switch or something and then it makes it wireless. But yeah, she's in there still watching Cars. All right, I'm going to go get her. Let me show you this cute little dress that I scored from my sister-in-law. This is not my little brother's wife. Just throwing that out there. It's from my sister-in-law. My other sister-in-law. So I'm going to spray my hair because it looks a little rainy out here today. It's warm. We're going to go to the park. Might get some ice cream. I don't know. I got this hairspray and honestly, I think I like the Kenra one better. It seems like the Kenra one, my hair doesn't, like it doesn't go anywhere, you know? We'll see. Sexy hair. This is the Kenra. Let me show you. I'm completely out. I am a hoarder with the weirdest things, honestly. Like, there's nothing in here. Let's just throw it away. I hoard until I get another one. But this is the best dry shampoo. It's probably not the best, but it's the best smell, I feel like. So, actually, I'm not going to spray it in there because I need to get going. And I don't really need it right now. I'm going to wash my hair tomorrow before we go to church. And yeah, this is it, you guys. Let me see if I can move this thing. Oh my gosh, I don't want you to see my bedroom because it is a hot mess. Let me go like against this. Hold on. This is so cute. Everything, I told you guys this before. My bedroom gets to stay a mess. The whole rest of the house has to be clean, but my bedroom can stay a mess. That's just how I operate. Also, I'm going to go in with my little perfume that I got. I got this over at Ross. I love Ross and TJ Maxx because you can find the good stuff like this there. I wish that this would stay in there, you know, because like I pick it up and then there it is. But whatever, it's cute. It smells so good. I've been wearing it every single day. I got one for Christmas, not this one, but it's a purple one. I think it's the God is a Woman one. So love it. I'm gonna spray this on. It smells so good. And I used to never buy perfume at Ross and TJ Maxx because I thought it was probably like not real, you know, like a knockoff. But I bought it. It smells great. And I've like tested it out in like testers before. And this is definitely the one. So, but I bought my aunt for Christmas. She loves that Juicy, whatever it's called, Juicy. So I bought her one from there and I smelled of it and it smelled the exact same too. So it is the same stuff. And I mean, I paid like $25 for that one. So I'm gonna get this mess cleaned up. It is bad in here. Okay, so let me show you the dress and then we're gonna hop off, okay? Because I've been on here for way too long. Okay, so isn't this just precious? And the fact that it has pockets. Like, are you kidding me? It's so cute. And then with the kids, I was like, man, I should have wore this to church tomorrow. And it's a large or an extra large. I don't know which one it is, but I love like it being a little big. I'm not mad at all that it's too big, you know. If it was too tight, I'd probably feel insecure in it. So, yeah, I love it. And it's so cute. I love a granny dress. I think it would be cute if it had like one of those little, what's that called? Like a little tire up thing here. But these are so cute. It reminds me of like just like a really old dress, you know? And then I just, like I said, paired it with the kids. So cute. I feel so granny today. All right, you guys, I'm gonna hop off here, go get my baby. We're gonna go to the park and then we're gonna go get some ice cream and live our best life. Will gets off tonight at 6 and then he'll be off tomorrow too. So I'm really excited. And then hopefully I'll see you again before we go to Dollywood and Splash Country. I will try to hop back on here and do another video like this. This is just easier for me so that I'm not like not posting and uploading. That is the honest to God reason why I go like in these like really long spurts where I'm not on here, because I don't want to edit all day long. And every time I do a video, I do the video and then it takes like an entire day of just editing, you know? And that's if I'm not taking any breaks. So I'm going to take my dog too with us. Also, say a little prayer for my dog, because yesterday my aunt stopped by and we were all sitting out on the patio. We were eating Dos Bros and my dog just like randomly started crying, and he's 11, so he's not young, but he's not old, but yeah. But he just started crying and was like shaking his head, and we couldn't figure out, so I had to take him to the vet. And thankfully they were like, if you can get here in like 20 minutes, then you can see us today, but if you can't, you'll have to go to the emergency vet. So thankfully I was able to get over there, and they didn't really find anything wrong with him. They did say that they found a little stinger like from a bee, but it wasn't embedded in his little like face, like, I don't know, by his snout, and it was just over there. But see, he wasn't doing like this. He was just shaking his head. It was almost like something was in his ear. But he was crying and he had his tail tucked, and he was doing that for like 15, 20 minutes. And so my aunt was like, yeah, I would definitely call and like take him in and have him checked out and stuff. So, because of that, I've just been a little worried. Like, I hope he's okay. He seems better. They said that they think he might have been stung, but they're not sure. And we didn't see any bee. Like, we have a screened-in patio, so I just don't know what happened. But he's like my child, you know. Was my first child, and so I love him. And yeah, if you have animals, you know. So just a little prayer for him. I hope he's okay, and I am going to take him with us today to the park so that I can be with him and monitor him and just make sure, you know. So yeah, there's that. Have a great day, have a great weekend, and I will see you guys later. Bye. I don't know how to end this, so let me sit here and figure it out. Bye, you guys.